What's up? What's good? Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. How are each and every one of you doing on this amazing Tuesday? I'm doing great. My girl's doing great. My family's doing great. Hope each and every one of you are doing great. And I hope you're having a good start to the week. If you could please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that bell notification button to get all my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that'd be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of most of my videos. So what's up, what's up, what's up? It's Tuesday night, and I figured I'd pop on here quick before I have to go pick up my woman from work. And I figured that I'd appreciate that, and you guys would appreciate that. So this is Canadian Prison Stories with the new Matt Clark. The title doesn't lie. It speaks for itself. But we also speak on addiction and life and just regular things day to day for people who are trying to change their life from a negative to a positive. And yeah. One sec. I forgot my drink. One sec. Sorry. All right, so George, what's up? Brat Bros, what's up? Party Prop Setups, what's up? Charger, what's up? Sean G. Maloney, what's up? And Nick, what's going on? Look at that, 11/11. Just another day for me. I've been on vacation. I haven't worked since Thursday last week. Back to work tomorrow, and honestly, man, I'm ready to go back. I'm one of those guys that after a few days of kind of sitting around and not doing much, I get a little antsy and I kind of want to go back to work and be busy and keep myself occupied, but that's me. Not everybody wants to do that. Some people like taking day out after day after day after day off, but that's not me, So I typically don't even use my vacation days for vacations. I use them for I use them for like doctor's appointments, and if I'm feeling sick, that's typically what I use them for. Mike Riche, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's not as easy as you think to come up with new videos all the time. I'm at something like 300 videos or something like that at this point. So I annoy my wife out of boredom. I get that. I probably annoy my woman out of boredom a lot as well. So I'm sure that's a fact. I can get quite annoying because I'm a hyperactive dude, high energy. So if I feel like I need to get that energy out, I can do crazy things. What's up, Matt? When are you going to make the video on safe injection sites in jail or in person? I'm going to get to it. I have to do more research about it. I have to figure out a lot more before I do that. But it's definitely something that I will do. Just keep reminding me. It's easy to forget as time passes and different things come up. But my YouTube has been suggesting Matt Clark classics recently from a few years back. Always good to catch them again. I appreciate that, and I just appreciate the fact that you're taking the time to watch my videos, brother. Steve, what's up, my bro? Weekend was good, man. I got, you know what pileated woodpeckers are? The big ones, like the Woody the Woodpecker. So I was up in Barrie, and I was like hiking on a trail, and I saw two of them. And I got videos. They let us like stand right underneath them. They were like throwing nuts or whatever they were throwing at me. But I got videos from 6 feet away where they're smashing the tree. It's crazy. I'll put it up on my Instagram one day. Yeah, we do have safe injection sites in a couple jails. And word is that it's actually been quite successful. So they're thinking about expanding. Ronnie Clayton, I appreciate that. Thank you. I wish I could call it a podcast. I have zero tech ability, and I just don't really have the time to teach myself. I've taught myself everything up to this point, but editing is difficult, man. On a PC, it's difficult. For me, I need somebody to sit down and like show me physically how to do it. That's how I learn. Yeah, it's all right. My place is all right. I recently upgraded the couches. So yeah, it's all right, man. I try. Is it jails or down below that has the sites? It's depends. They never do that in provincial. Man, we out here getting the money off of work at 7. Yeah. I'm off work at 7. That's it. Bro, sometimes I always start between 6:30 and 7. And sometimes I don't finish till 6:37, but typically I'm done at 5. Sometimes 5:30. That sounds awesome. We did a couple cookouts and roller skated tailgating and shit. Lots of fun. Nice. Yeah, no, I went out for dinner. I went to the keg and just, did some walking and trail walking with my girl and walked along the beach. Just had like a date night, Typically, I don't do those kind of things. Like, I'm quite the homebody. Even if I was to go to like a party or something, after like a couple hours, I just want to go home. I'm just burnt out from all of that. I live that life already. I don't get any excitement from it at this point, especially considering I don't use drugs. And for me, partying and socializing like that goes hand in hand, I guess, with drugs. So maybe that's why I'm so standoffish when it comes to that. Been off long a while. Good to see you are still keeping it real. Matt, cheers. You already know, Colin, man. I appreciate the support and the kind words. I'm just telling my story. I don't feel the need to lie about it. At the end of the day, I lived literally most of my life in prison. So there's a lot of stuff that I can't even remember that I could tell you guys. And, it comes bit by bit. I'll remember it. But there's a lot of stuff from early on in my time that I'd need help recollecting a lot of stuff with people that were there who could talk to me about it. You know what I mean? It's so much time, but hopefully those stories will come to me and those recollections will. Those are long days, Matt. Home life is needed after putting in 10, 12 hours on a site. That's a fact. And that's the thing. I've just learned to stop taking the small things in life for granted. Like, I used to take the things like being able to just lay down on my couch at night and go to sleep early and get lots of rest as boring. That's what I used to look at that like I was a loser. And now I look at it like it's the best. It's great. Anytime I could lay down and just kill a bunch of hours resting and just watching TV and just being able to just relax is best time for me, man. So when you live 20 years of maniacal craziness, like my life was crazy, I don't know if I can really get it through clear enough. Like, I don't mean crazy in the sense that I was, blazing gats and having shootouts in the streets and doing drive-bys. Not crazy like that. It was just high energy all the time, no respect for authority, and just doing what I want, when I want, no matter what, really, for 30 years or 20 years. If you're waiting for trial, does the Crown offer you lower numbers or higher numbers at first? How does that work? It really depends on your case. If your disclosure comes and it's just stacked evidence against you and you really have no chance of defending yourself, then you're probably not going to get that great of an offer. You understand? But in my experience, I find that the time you get the best offer is the time they have the least evidence. So typically, if they're throwing a bunch of easy time at you for some serious charges, chances are you have a real legitimate shot at beating those charges if you just sit down and wait. The problem is most guys don't want to sit down and wait and do that provincial time. So it's just a decision you have to make. You know what I mean? Jacob, man, you already know. Shout out to Cape Breton. Matt, if you have Disney Plus, watch a movie called The Investigation. It's about Robert Olson. I will. I'll check it out. I don't have Disney, but I'm sure somebody in my family or somebody will. I got a streamer on Twitch who's a Fed in the States. Nice guy, and asked him questions about his job and made a whole session of telling about my job, but no names to everyone. Nice. Hey, man, cool name. I'm currently doing some construction in a prison right now. I'm just wondering how inmates feel about having trades people in there. Does it piss them off? Like, does it piss them off having the ability to do trades or not having the ability? I'm a little confused by that. If there was the opportunity to actually learn a trade where you would like gain a real ticket, there's a lot of cons that would do that for sure. I just don't think the opportunity is there. Now, there was a time when I was in Joyceville where if you worked in Corcan, you could get welding tickets, but I'm not even sure they do that anymore. And now, because they took away incentive pay, nobody really wants to do those jobs. So I'm unaware if there's any programs that offer trades right now, but I'm pretty sure that's not happening, right? How are you doing? I just done pre-trial. Attempt murk is dropped, but I got aggravated assault looking at 6 years. Yeah, so it's good they dropped the attempt murder, even just for optical things. Like if somebody is to check your record later on down the road for a job or something, aggravated assault looks a lot less serious than attempted murder. But if they're asking for 6, you're probably not going to get 6. But then again, I'd have to totally look over your case and kind of see how everything goes. But I wish you the best, man. I wish you the best, Keratin. Colin, yeah, of course. Anytime you have somebody coming from the street into the prison, that's a possibility. But you'd be surprised at how difficult it is, at least in Canada. No, this is the same camera that I always used in my live. I just have it in a more lit area. I'm just wondering about all the noise we make in there. Oh, no, I'm sure, like, if guys are, like, when you come on the block and you're working, oh, yeah, that cheeses us. 100%. When I used to do time and guys would come in and do just maintenance, oh, you're cheese, especially considering we have to be locked down, right? So I watched your vid of prison weapons. You guys seem more violent than the U.S., but Canadians are so nice in my experience. Can you explain how that works? It's not more violent than the U.S. It's not. It's just that in Canada, at least in my experience, it's not what people think. You know, people look at all Canadians like they're these nice people, but you got to remember a prison population isn't typically a population that you're going to consider nice people. So that kind of throws away the whole nice people in Canada argument, right? And then any prison that's higher in security, you're going to have violence. And I feel like in Canada, it's easier to get certain weapons. We have access to certain things that it doesn't seem like there are in the States. Therefore, you have some weapons that you have access to. But I wouldn't say it's more violent. I think if you go to max and you did per capita, then okay, maybe it'll stack up if you did per capita. But some places in the States are nuts, man. Like if you're talking about Alabama or South Carolina or California, where there's murders every day, it's not like that here, you know? It's just not. Like you can do your time here. You don't have to join a gang. Maybe there are a couple jails in the out west that maybe you're in a better situation if you were to join a gang, but I don't even know about that. The best advice you ever said to me, Matt, was if you're inside and got your education, help people with that and homework. Yeah. You know, I used to help people all the time. I used to get paid for it, but I wanted to see people get their high school diploma. So you give me $40, I'll do each of your credits for $40. You should bring some people you did time with on the channel. I've done that before, World Gone Mad, and I will definitely try to get some of the people. I just did a heavy break from social media, and I didn't really want to get back on, but I'll be back on social media on the weekend, so I'll be trying to set up some more interviews. I heard of people doing it, but I didn't know if it was true. What's that, Jacob? You retracted the one message. Have you ever thought about doing a video on your views and thoughts on the Supermax in the US? Yeah, I definitely have thought about it. I've actually been planning on doing a video on ADX Florence some point in the future. I would love to start talking about prisons outside of Canada, you know, definitely. I think that's something that I plan on doing at some point. Never hear of prison breaks in Canada. Are they not happening? Not really, you know. I'm sure they do happen sometimes, but the maxes and the supermax correctionals and stuff, they're pretty impossible to escape from. Like a Lindsay and a Penetang, like good luck. You have to get through so many doors and windows and cages, like good luck. So I'd say that's why. I think older style prisons were a lot easier to escape. I think the new stuff, not so much. I met the most solid people in my life while in the slammer. That's a fact. Hey, Matt, have you ever escaped from provincial? Just young offender. And I wouldn't even say it was a jail. It's more like open detention, which is a jail. You're doing time, but no, I've never escaped from like a maximum security jail. Oh, it was people that are on methadone that are in jail puking methadone up and straining it. Yeah, you're talking about yak. Yeah, that's a fact. People do that. There's people that just smuggle it in if they can just get it into a glove, like spit it. It's not throw up. It's just they hold it in their mouth and they spit it. And then there's the guys that actually like it up and strain it out, and guys drink that. So Jack Daniels, what's up, eh? And it is nasty. Man, you'd be surprised. Like, if you know morphine beads, how they're pretty hard, right? They're hard to crush. They stand up pretty well. So guys will eat a bunch of oatmeal, take their pills, puke it out, and then run a strainer through it and get all their beads, every single one of their beads. It's crazy. You'd be surprised at what junkies will do, man, to get their fix. If you're in the building, go up, hit that like button. It helps the channel, helps with the algorithm, and it helps me, and I appreciate it truly. So if you could do that, man, thank you. What's new? What's good? It's your boy. Did people make knives out of Metamucil or fiber supplements? No, not that I saw, because in most of the jails at prisons that I was in had access to metal. Like, it wasn't all that difficult to get a hunk of metal. Now, I've seen quite a few guys get stabbed up, man. At the Toronto South, they make guys drink 2 cups of water after they take the methadone and stand at the door for 20 minutes while the guard watches. Yeah, that's because guys keep getting caught trying to do the yak shit, right? It's my birthday. The only thing I care about. This guy's going to get blocked. You're getting a block there, Arshiala. Talk about my fucking girl. Fucking goof. Do they still give out metal utensils at the Ville? No. That changed a long time ago. A long time ago. I don't think there's been metal utensils at the Ville since 2010, maybe even before that, you know? But, you know, I think that they went out after this dude I know got stabbed in the neck by a sharpened butter knife. And it was a sharpened butter knife. If it's not one of those super bendy ones, if it's like, man, I'm telling you, a sharpened butter knife can be deadly. I seen a guy take twice in his carotid artery. He was spraying like to the second floor. His face is like this now. It hangs like this on one side from the damage. You know, that people think something like a sharpened butter knife is not a deadly weapon, man. Oh, I'm telling you, I've seen plastic shanks that will bury into your body. I've seen dude lose his guts on 4D from that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, Nick. You know how that is. Did the prisons have boxing programs for the inmates? So no, but there's always lots of inmates boxing, doing MMA training, stuff like that. So if you wanted to do that, you could definitely get into that. And if you're in certain higher security jails, some of them will let guys spar. It's not like provincial where they're all over you like crazy Nazis about everything. It's not like that, right? So as long as it's not serious fighting, sometimes they'll let guys spar. There was a time back in the day where they would let guys do a lot more. But I'll tell you, if you play hockey in most pens, they'll let you fight one-on-one. As long as you ain't kicking nobody in the head when they hit the ground or trying nothing like that, they're going to let you scrap one-on-one almost always, because the hockey's good, man. It's intense. It's competitive. Even the staff want to watch the hockey, right? And when there's fights, it's even better. So hockey is a bloody sport, man. That's what I'm saying. Riley Mack, what's up, man? What's going on? But I think one thing that is a focus in most prisons is sports, right? Of all kinds. Now, I found Joyceville was a little different. Like, there was definitely focus on sports, like MMA and boxing and weight training and hockey and basketball. But Joyceville had zero interest in playing baseball or like soccer leagues. They'd have soccer games every once in a while in the summertime when they could get enough guys together. But a place like Fembrook, the sports are organized. There's leagues, there's playoffs, there's championships, there's prizes. And in the Ville, they do that for hockey and basketball. But that's it. In the other pens, they typically do it for all of them. Do I play road hockey? I would play road hockey. I just haven't played road hockey since I was like a kid. What were the coolest inventions I saw people make? Man, I don't know. I've seen lots of cool shit. I've seen food that's creative as hell and delicious. I've seen guys light fires with shit that you'd be surprised. Like, you've been at home without a light before and dying, and then you realize how easy it is to really get a light. It'll trip you out a little bit. But, yeah, you definitely see people being creative. A lot of the things people make shanks out of, the way people decorate their cells and the setups they have, you'll definitely see a lot of creative people and really smart people. I was a goalie for the Outlaws floor hockey team. The sergeant at arms said, don't let in any goals. I agreed. You get volleyball at the Hearst with the biggest damn rubber ball. Yeah, you don't get any sports in Lindsay, you get a basketball and a little fucking hoop in the yard that's got mesh about 5 feet above it or 4 feet above it. So you got to be pretty skilled at shooting. Millbrook in the 90s hockey was full contact. Yeah, it's full contact in the pen. You get a stick and a helmet. You get all that in the pen too. Population range as for steel-made license plates in shot, but there's a metal detector. Yeah, and there was a metal detector in the Ville too, but believe me, you give guys an opportunity to make huge shanks, they're going to find a way to get it through. I love all that. I saw pics of those model motorcycles, so detailed wires, even working lights on. Ping pong was big. Ping pong is me, bro. I'll smash most people in ping pong. When I was in treatment, when I got there was a guy that was smashing everybody. He was smashing everybody. And I hadn't played for years. And when I learned how to play, I learned without the pad, right? It was just a plastic mallet. And I learned to play Tayak. Like I had played before that with my grandfather, but where I really learned to play was in Tayak with a solid plastic. So you get really good at playing with that. And once I finally went on to a padded a racket, and I don't want super pad. I don't want one of those super thick padded ones. I just want a little bit of that rubber on the thing. I'm smashing people. Buddy, when I first got to Joyceville, there was pool tables. I seen there was in Fembrook, there's bocce ball. You know, bocce ball and horseshoes. I seen a couple guys scrap and one guy get his head smashed in with a bocce ball. That was pretty cool. Maybe I'll tell that story one day. They're birds too, both of them. So it made it even funnier. You probably can't answer this and don't know how you beat reception at Maplehurst. I guess you'll learn the longer you're there. Don't answer that, actually. Oh, yeah, I know. You could beat it, but I won't say it on here. Does Canadian get game systems in their cell like they do in the States? So if you're in the federal system, you can have like a Sega Genesis, a Super Nintendo, a Nintendo 64, something like that. But you can't have anything that is internet compatible. You could have a PlayStation 1. You know what I mean? That's the level you can have. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Stevie. You can beat it, bud. You can't beat it with everything, though. That's the thing. But I won't say it on here for sure. I've been to the U.S. definitely, but I've never been in jail in the U.S. I was in Florida in the U.S. in Sarasota. I spent like a week there, and I drove through the northern United States. Went to Mount Rushmore, Devil's Tower. I have family in Minneapolis. So I went there, and that's pretty much all I've been through. I've also been through not all of, I'd say half of British Columbia and like 2/3 of Alberta. Other than that, I ain't been nowhere. I won't either, but I heard one way to beat it. It's not me, though. Tell you, if I was going in, I'd beat it. You're in Joyceville with my uncle. He said you talked to him a couple times and you're a cool dude. German Shepherd life. Who's your uncle? Matt, you ever cross the border with your record? No. I'm too scared to even try, bud. I don't work out, brother. I just work. That's why I got a gut. You know what I mean? I'm 215 pounds right now, too. That's just me. B. Yeah, no, I'm sure I have, bro. But you'd have to holler at me on Instagram or something for me to know more. You know, I don't want you to put his name all over the channel. You should ask him to come on the channel for an interview, bro. Yeah, don't want to say his name, no. Unless you get a pardon, if you cross, even if you eventually get a pardon, your record will always show up. I know. The States, like, I don't. If I'm going to travel somewhere, there's places I'd rather go to than the U.S. The U.S. I'd want to go to make money and live there, but I don't think that'll be possible. GM, man, I hope all is good with you too, brother. I'm definitely good, man. I'm doing If you're in the building, go up top, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification button to get all my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that'd be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of my last video. So don't quote me on this. I could be wrong, but I believe you can enter the States 7 years after being off papers. Not true. They will never let me in the United States unless I can somehow wipe my record. What happens to a rat when he enters jail? Depends on where he enters that jail, or what jail he's entering, or what range he's entering on. But if guys know he's a rat and he's going into population, it's not going to be good for him. It'd be nice if Canada had a Florida or somewhat warm, tropical, and cheap. Yeah, it's expensive and cold. We're lucky. You know what I mean? Like, how much more blessed could we be? Crazy high rent prices and cold temperatures all winter long. Beautiful. Yeah, it depends on what's on your record, but with my record specifically, it's not happening. I got like 65 convictions. You know what I mean? I got burglaries. I got high-speed chases, escape custodies. I got trafficking. I got a bunch of shit that's not, they're never going to let me in. After a certain amount given time, you can apply for a waiver. Yeah, I know you can get a waiver, but you have to pay for a waiver, and you definitely would have to have a set amount of time and a set plan, and then you definitely can have a waiver. Okay. Ever seen a guy use a triangle fight choke to finish a guy in jail? No, but I've seen a guy use a rear naked choke to drag a guy into a murder. Is that close? A guy that did jail time all over Canada and US told me he was going to kill me. I broke his jaw in half and knocked his teeth out and got arrested for it a week later. He wrote full statements. Listen, the guy who talks the most about how tough he is, how gangster he is, and how solid he is probably the opposite. You understand? Like, the reality is most people don't know what it's like to face real time. They just don't, right? Most people don't know what it's like to have real beef or have somebody who's really tough wanting to fuck you up, right? People think they're capable of all these things until that situation is plopped right down in front of their face, and then the situation changes. So it's very easy for someone to say what they would do and how tough they are, and they're going to do this and they're going to do that. when they probably haven't done shit. And a real killer ain't going to tell you he's going to kill you. Just, that's not a real killer. And if he is, that's probably in prison where you couldn't do anything about it other than just wait for your death. But nobody on the street is going to tip you off that they're coming to kill you if they're serious about killing you. Nova Scotia has the nicest people you ever meet. What about Newfoundland? Newfoundland's up there, man. It's really nice people in Newfoundland. Super, what's the word? The women specifically are super caring, and I'd say the men are just cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I never met a Newfie I didn't like. Seriously. And I'm telling you, I got a Newfie above me who's a fucking civilian and a huge rat. But he's a civilian, right? But you can't help but not like the guy. He's just likable. Are there LGBTQ in the pen? 100%. Now, if you are in the higher security jails, it is there. But is it going to be out in the open? Definitely not. But you get into the lower security, like low, medium, and camp, you'll see transsexuals, you'll see openly gay dudes, and some that are killers. It's just what it is. When I was in the Ville, though, there was one openly gay dude who didn't give a damn. I used to live in Van City, so I love Toronto, though, man. I love Toronto. They'll get crushed. If they're in provincial and they're talking about how gay they are and the gay things they want to do, they'll get crushed. 100%. People just ain't going to crack to them for the most part. But you guys, listen. I got to go. I got to go pick my old lady up at work. I appreciate the live, man. I do. I appreciate you guys coming here, sitting down, chatting with me. You already know. Toronto's the best. That's what I'm saying. I love Toronto, I do. I love the area I grew up in. I love Toronto. I love Southern Ontario. I don't know. I'd have a hard time leaving it all, If you drop bread on a lawyer, is it worth it? If you drop bread on the right lawyer, it's definitely worth it. But you guys already know, man. I love you guys. Hit that like button before you get out of here. Subscribe to the channel before you get out of here. And I appreciate y'all. And I'll probably do a live very soon again, man. Spang, I know you got to leave, but real quick, what do you love about Toronto? So I love the multiculturalism. I love the energy of the city of Toronto. To me, it is vibrant, It is constantly growing, constantly getting better. The food is great. I think the people at times, especially if you're in Toronto, downtown specifically, they can be a little bit uppity at times. But I don't know, man. I just love the diverse culture differences and the ability to do so many different things and have everything at your fingertips in one place. And in Toronto, you literally have everything. So that's why I love Toronto. And it's where I'm from, man. I was born in the GTA, and it's a part of me. Love y'all, man. You guys already know. Peace out. Have a great week. I just want to say, man, thanks, brother. Dilated Pixel, man. I appreciate that. I almost got out of here, but I appreciate the 30 piece, man. Thank you very much. You guys have a good night.